Welcome to Informatica Cloud. Today we'll discuss integrating Microsoft Dynamics GP, otherwise known as Great Plains, in the cloud with Salesforce.com. This is a pretty common scenario. For example, maybe you've had Great Plains for a long time, and you simply want to take all those different ERP accounts and order information, and you want to bring them into Salesforce. Maybe that's new, right? Maybe you also want a bi-directional sync where you want to take changes that your salespeople out in the field are doing. They're updating contacts or updating accounts for your customers out there. And you want to bring those back into Great Plains. So the sky's the limit here. I'll show you the foundation of how this works. And really it's pretty simple. It's one task to integrate those accounts right from Great Plains into Salesforce. So let's go into it. This is Informatica Cloud. So it's all based on a web browser. It's pretty easy to use. It's completely wizard driven. So making this task to go take those Great Plains customers and bring them into Salesforce accounts is pretty easy. Right? So I've made a few tasks, but we'll go ahead and make a new one here to show you how easy it is. This is a 6-step wizard to success. Right? So the first step is pretty much giving this a name. Great Plains customer accounts to Salesforce, and we're going to upsert into Salesforce. So working our way down the wizard, the next step is the source. So it's where do you want to get those customers from? Well, we said that was going to be Great Plains in this case. And you can see that I can get customers or anything from any other system, and I have quite a few set up right here. But in this case, we're going to grab the Great Plains connection. And so I set this up ahead of time. Basically all I did was I typed in the information about how to access Great Plains, the username and password, and how to get to that Great Plains server. Right, your administrator will have this. But that's it, and then you get a list of the different things in Great Plains that you can grab. Right, so in this case, we're going to grab customers. You know, I could also, you can see, get some of the sales order information about maybe statuses of orders. There are also things that different people have bought. You can also go back the other way and write that information back in Great Plains. But back to our wizard, remember we're taking those Great Plains customers accounts, or Great Plains customers, and we're going to put them into Salesforce accounts. So here we simply pick, let's go ahead and pick the customer address object. That way we get all the addresses as well from Great Plains, and let's go into, put them into Salesforce account. So let me pick my Salesforce connection. Here we just kind of have a demonstration system, and I can pick Salesforce accounts. You notice that I also had access to all the Salesforce objects. I could put this stuff anywhere. You know, even the custom objects that have like _C's after them. Right, so back to our 6-step wizard again. You know, we give it a name. We said we want to grab those customers from Great Plains and put them into Salesforce accounts. The next step is making a filter. Let's say that maybe, you know, I only want people, you know, city equals Texas. That's where I'm from. Right, so I can quickly make a data filter that says, hey, I only want this certain data from those Great Plains customers, right? So it's pretty easy to set up. We're going to get them all for right now. Now, field mapping is pretty nice to do. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to go and kind of roll out here and show you guys how this works. Basically, on the left side are those Great Plains customers and their addresses. On the right side is accounts. Right, so I can simply come over here and I can drag, like for example, the city to the city. You know, and down here I have the state to the state. All right, this is some of the power of Informatica Cloud. It's a nice quick mapping where you can just drag stuff from left to right. For example, on the left here, these customer addresses in Great Plains have several lines, but in Salesforce you only have one street, right? So you just bring that stuff together. Line 1, line 2, and line 3. Right, so what are we missing here? The postal code and the country, so let's go find that. Postal code and country. Right, you can see I could do also things like phone number and email, and I mean I could go as crazy as I wanted to. And every object has some more, you know, even better detail. Kind of depends on what you want to do. But this is basically the way you set up the addresses. Oh, and the name. So let's go ahead and grab that name over here. There's the name. That's the way we're going to update the customer. Here it is, the name right here. Right, and that's really all you have to do. Now notice I could have updated my contacts and linked them back to accounts. I could do sales orders and opportunities, any custom object that I want. But this is really the power of Informatica Cloud. It's a nice 6-step wizard to success. Right, so let's go ahead and save this guy and we'll run it. Right, basically, before we run it, let's go and take a look and find these guys in Great Plains and Salesforce. Right, so let's start with Great Plains. Right, this is my Great Plains systems. I have several customers here. Right, and so what we'll do here is I'll just take the first one, this Aaron Fitz Electrical. You know, these guys are in on South Street in Chicago, Illinois. Right, so remember we're going to take those Great Plains customers and we're going to put them into Salesforce. So as of now, I actually don't have an Aaron Fitz Electrical in my Salesforce until I run this integration task, right? So just want to show you that this is all set up. Here in a minute, we're going to see Aaron Fitz Electrical and their address. So let's go ahead and run this guy, right? This is pretty straightforward. Let me go right into it. Let's go ahead and take our GP customer address into Salesforce and run this this task. And so it's pretty neat. You just simply hit the button that says you want to do it, and then it starts running. Right, and so what you'll see here is this is some more cool stuff about Informatica Cloud. For example, I have this activity monitor of what's running. Right, so right now I have my task that I built, this running as we go, move forward. If I had other tasks doing other things, even with other systems, this would work here as well. You could see what's going on. You can see how many records have moved so far. Say you had 1 million of them. You could watch them count, you know, several thousand at a time. And then when all is said and done, what you end up with is a nice activity log of all the different tasks that have run. And you can see if there's any issues that you need to correct, like maybe data issues, or if you want to, you know, rerun some tasks, you can do that as well. So it looks like we got about 159 different records in there, and that's about right for my demo system. And you see a nice little detail of what's going on, how long it took, and basically how many records were moved. So now let's go into our Salesforce. Remember, we were moving those customers from Great Plains right into Salesforce. So we should be able to search again and find Aaron Fitz Electrical. All right, and the fact that they're on South Street, even a nice little map, and you can set this up in Salesforce of where they're located at. So pretty cool stuff. And now that concludes our demonstration of Microsoft Dynamics GP or Great Plains integration with Salesforce.com. Check out the community or our website for additional information. Thank you very much.